Everybody always portraying like their life is just so perfect. So, everybody's always showing their best side on social media. Everybody always portraying like their life is just so perfect. I'm finna talk about something that's not so glamorous. I want to talk about the times I failed, and I failed a lot in business. You know, being a basketball player, I've been pretty successful, but when it came to business, I've been pretty bad. So, my issue with failing in business was I started off way too, hold on, let me let the four-wheeler pass. I started off way too ambitious. So I started off with essentially about 7 businesses. I think 7, maybe more or maybe less, but I started off with multiple businesses at one time, and it drove me crazy. I started my LLC called Truth. Then I turned that into Truth Life, the brand. I started saying Make 'em Pay. I turned that into Make 'em Pay, the brand. I started freelancing, so I started calling that Truth Productions. I was also making beats. I was also mentoring. I also had basketball camps. So I started a whole bunch of business at one time. So I thought to myself, how can I really do this? How can I be a professional athlete, have all these businesses, and knowing how I am as a person? I like everything to be ran smoothly and with the best of quality. So, you know what I ended up doing? So I decided to pretty much cancel all of them and focus just on myself, Tyren. Essentially, the brand was all about me anyway. I ended Truth Life, I ended Make 'em Pay, I ended Truth Productions, I ended everything. I just put everything on me because I was the one doing it anyway. I used to have people help me, but it was too much for them because they had their own lives and they wasn't fully dedicated. So I'm a professional basketball player. So running all of those Instagram pages, running all of those websites was just way too much. So you know what I decided to do? Put everything on one site. And every marketer that I know told me, don't do that because it's not good for marketing. You want to stick to one thing. I said, well, you know what? I'm good at one thing, and that's basketball. So I'm putting everything on one website. Yep, all the Truth clothes. I love the message for Truth. I started Truth Life to help people quit their jobs. So essentially, Truth was going to be a blog. And I was just going to write a blog about creating a mindset. Basically the same thing as Make 'em Pay. So that didn't work because I didn't have the time to write a blog each and every day. And I didn't have time to populate all those websites and all those social media. And nobody else had the time to do it either. So I started selling clothes, and what happened was the clothes were selling. But what the crazy part was, they were selling too much. The more clothes I sold, the more clothes I had to buy. So I never really made any profit, and I was putting in so much work because I was working backwards. I was making all of the shirts myself. I bought a press machine, I bought a cutter, I bought vinyl, I bought my own t-shirts, and I was doing it all in my garage. And I turned my garage into a whole production factory. I had photo shoots in there, I had music videos in there, and we was making t-shirts in there. And that was way too much because I still had to go put in about 4 hours on the court. And nothing comes before basketball. So guess what? Truth had to go. Then with Make 'em Pay, same thing. I wanted to create a mindset for Make 'em Pay. I quit Make 'em Pay Sports.com because I started Make 'em Pay Sports.com to train online, and I also wanted to create products, training products, to help players get better. But once again, I had to populate all those social medias, I had to populate that website, I had to make the training videos, I had to market it. It's too much to do whenever you're doing that. Plus you got truth, plus you're a full-time basketball player. So I had to cancel that too. Then I was doing the freelancing. I made great money freelancing. I made a whole lot of money freelancing. But freelancing is a lot of work. I had to stay up long hours of the night, and I made the most money and I was the most successful at freelancing last year. Some kind of way we won the championship and I was the MVP of the league. So I had one of my better years while I was doing the most work freelancing. It just was too much. I was crazy exhausted by the time the summer came. So guess what? I had to cut back on freelancing and stop taking so many jobs. And I actually raised my prices and I got less jobs, but I had more fun. So that's why I started doing it. So Truth Productions was canceled. I was making beats since I was 11 years old. I started making beats for this one rapper. I was working way too much because once again I got Make 'em Pay, Truth Life, freelancing, and I'm making beats. Too much at one time. I was spreading myself way too thin. My relationships with my family was falling. I couldn't get no girlfriends. All my homeboys was beefing with me. It was just crazy. So you know what? I just canceled everything. The reason why I'm telling y'all this because, like I said, everyone always show the good side on social media, but they don't show you the other side of social media whenever people fail. And that's what I've done a lot of, is fail. So now, everything is under Tyren Johnson. I freelance under Tyren Johnson. I sell clothes under Tyren Johnson. My training is under Tyren Johnson. My mentorship is under Tyren Johnson. The only thing that's different is Tyren Beats. That's a website where you can find my beats at and buy beats, and you can buy those beats online. I don't have to talk to no one. I don't have to go back and forth with no rappers. If you like the beat, buy the beat. You don't like it, don't buy the beat. Simple. So that's the only thing that's gonna be separate. I got an Instagram page for Tyren Freelance because I just wanted a niche page where you could just see all my artwork, and I'm gonna have an Instagram page for Tyren Beats so it can be just about beats. My personal page is just gonna be simply inspiration and me giving back value to the people that's actually paying attention to what I'm doing. So that comes to part 2 of this video. Now I told y'all about how bad I failed, but one of the businesses that I failed real bad was that I was really passionate about was camps. I was doing camps in my neighborhood, I was doing camps around the area, and nobody would show up. My first 3 camps, I'd done about 3 camps and about 9 kids showed up. About 4 of them was under the age of 5 and the other 2 was like my cousin. So what happened? I didn't give up. I kept studying it. I kept studying. I kept studying. I kept putting in work. I kept putting in work. I had a partner. He knew someone else. They knew someone else. We all came together, and it leads me to where I'm at today. I'm in Idaho Falls doing a basketball camp from Vassar, Louisiana. I didn't know that would even be possible, but it wouldn't have been possible if I wouldn't have put myself out there, if I wouldn't have networked, if I would never been genuinely nice to people. I could have got discouraged. I would do my camp on my birthday. Last year I did my camp on my birthday, 3 kids showed up. And people back home would be like, you don't do anything for the kids, but I tried. And I do a lot more than just camps. I talk to a lot of kids back home and I help a lot of kids get in college. I just don't go on social media and put it out there because that's not what I'm doing it for. So I say that to say this: you gotta leave your neighborhood sometimes. Sometimes you gotta leave your family, your friends, because they might not support you like people around the world will support you. Because people around the world see you for what you can bring, what type of value you can bring to them. People back home see you as a person and somebody that they know and somebody that they're going to critique and judge by things that probably don't have nothing to do with the product that you're trying to put out. So that led me all the way to Idaho Falls. I knew a coach, me and him develop a relationship. He helps me out, he brings his players, I use his gym, And it's all a team. It's all a team effort. It's all a teamwork. I've been doing it for 3 or 4 years now, and I'm gonna keep on doing it. It's spreading the camps around the world, around the world. I was thanking the nation, but we working on camps in France. We working on camps in Belgium. We working on camps in Atlanta, Miami. We spreading it around the world because this is what I love to do. I love to inspire your kids to help them have an edge in life that I didn't have. So that was the message for the day. If you don't like your situation and you can't prosper in a place where you're born and raised and nobody wants to support you, leave. Trust me. Even if you fail, you don't know nobody in those places, so they ain't gonna be able to judge you. Just leave, figure it out, network, and bring value. You can't do nothing in this world unless you bring value. Bottom line. Please like, subscribe, share this video, tell your friend to tell a friend, and we out to the next video.